Hello, my friend, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Pick a Pendant video I'm filming today. I'm recording this on January 31st of 2023, so if you happen to be watching it when it's new, this is a reading meant to kind of forecast the energies in your life for February of 2023. However, if you've felt drawn to watch this video and it is some time in the future, near or far, whenever it might be, I do trust that you are here in divine timing because crystals and cards are, of course, timeless. So welcome, whether you're here with me now or in the future, and I hope you enjoy the messages that come through today. As you can see, the 4 talismans to choose from each include a little bit of the brightest blue crystal, which is called Cavansite. Cavansite is my crystal of the month for those in my Patreon tier who receive a crystal in the mail and a private personal reading every month. So before I get into the card piles, I'd like to share with you just a little bit about what Cavansite is mineralogically. So it is considered to be a gemstone of the purest blue ray energy, according to the crystal healing expert Robert Simmons, who wrote my favorite crystal book of all time, which is the Book of Stones. He describes Cavansite as being the perfect stone to balance the energies of the throat and the third eye chakra. And so the throat is our center of self-expression, personal truth, and communication, while the third eye is our visionary center for psychic awakening, seeing beyond the veil of Maya that separates day-to-day illusory reality from the higher truths of the cosmos. When one is attuned but not the other, we might experience an imbalance in our communication. So for example, say your third eye is wide open and you're having incredible downloads of cosmic mystical information. You are seeing auras, you're having lucid dreams with all kinds of cool symbology present in them. You're starting to get epiphanies. But if your throat chakra is blocked, you might really struggle to put those into words. You might try to tell people about your amazing realizations, and they respond back with a, what? There's just a missing the mark when it comes to trying to express these visionary realizations. If your throat chakra is open, on the other hand, but there's a blockage in the third eye, you are very articulate, you're clear, you're a good communicator, but what you have to say is a little bit more superficial. It's a little more shallow. We all know people who are great conversationalists, but we always kind of wish they'd go a little bit deeper. When both the throat chakra and the third eye chakra are simultaneously awakened, we get the best of both worlds, the articulate capacity to put into words ephemeral, spiritual, mystical, magical stuff. I personally keep a little bit of Cavansite on the table whenever I do a reading video like this, because it's very important to me that while I'm reading cards for you, I'm capable of channeling in divine information and not just saying what I want to say. It's important that that third eye is pulsating and vibrating and tuned in order to be sure that the messages coming through are from a higher source. But it's equally important that I be able to put them into words, because that's literally what I'm here to do. I'm not here to show you cards just as visuals on the screen and then leave it up to you to figure it out. I'm here to read them. And so if you aspire to do tarot reading, oracle readings, channeling, any kind of divinatory art, I highly recommend you pick yourself up a little piece of Cavansite so that you can open those channels. So this is the piece I keep on my tarot table. I didn't make it into jewelry yet, but my plan is to put a little dab of jewelry glue here over the part where there's kind of some darkness in the matrix. That kind of came out sounding funny, right? Darkness in the matrix. I don't mean it as a mystical and, analogy of the stone, just literally the matrix stone, which means the raw stone on which the crystals formed, has a little spot of gray that I don't necessarily find as aesthetically pleasing. So my plan is to put some jeweler's glue there and then affix this to another stone, the way I've done with the pendants here, where I've glued the Cavansite down onto beautiful, polished, lozenge-shaped beads of aquamarine. All right, so with that said, have a look at the 4 pendants in front of you here. Don't worry about anything. Just imagine that I could wave a magic wand, and I will literally wave a selenite wand here. Imagine I could wave my selenite wand, and through the powers of crystal magic, you could reach through your screen and take any one of these 4 pendants, but just one. Which would you choose? Which do you find is calling to you? That is your talisman, and that determines your reading. So would you pick number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4? Have a look in the video description below for a timestamp. Click it and hear your reading. So if you chose talisman number 1, you are keeping these energies pure. We have the Cavansite on the aquamarine base. Aquamarine is a gem for the throat chakra. It's about communication. It's about soothing the throat. It's all about expression. This really amplifies the Cavansite energy and makes it even more fine-tuned to your self-expression. I've paired it in this pendant with a really cool piece of handmade art glass. The artisan who made this bead did such a spectacular job, making it look kind of like waves of different colored water swirling around, preserved within that glass. And I love the little yellow flash in the middle. Isn't that sunny, vibrant, and fun? So yeah, that is your talisman. I'm going to pull 1 card for you today, keeping the energy simple, from the beautiful Starseed Oracle. So what is the message from Spirit for those blessed beings who chose pendant number 1? And it is the card of baby steps. Action. Follow your intuition even before it makes sense. I want to point out how cool the portal through which this character is walking looks, with that kind of oil slick rainbow in the background that is very similar to the look of the glass bead that you chose. I love it when a symbol within a card matches the symbol chosen by the person for whom the card is drawn, because it's kind of like the cards are telling us they know who you are, they know what you picked, this is a message for you. And so we see this character making a journey of ascent, moving from the base of this beautiful stone enclosure all the way to the top, all the way to the summit, at which there's a gateway that leads into a portal into something even more magical than what could have been fathomed before stepping through. It's telling you to take baby steps towards your goals. You don't have to worry about doing everything all at once. You don't have to put too much pressure on yourself to figure out an entire plan. Do whatever you can do, and everything else will come into place as you approach. The closer you get. When you take a step towards your destiny, existence takes all the other steps and makes them available to you. You've got this. I hope you enjoyed your message for the day. I'm going to set your talisman aside. If you'd like to pick it up, of course, you can find it in my Etsy shop, linked in the video description box below. And if you'd like to hear a continuation of this reading, I always do a bonus read for all of my patrons over on Patreon. Even those who pay just $3 a month have access to the bonus readings, free printable art that is my channel designs, and other perks to be announced. Anyhow, thank you for joining me. Bye for now. And hello to you, those who chose the Talisman number 2. You have picked a little pendant that has an added stone for love, for self-healing, for wisdom, and for an even deeper mystical third eye awakening. So first and foremost, you have the Cavansite on aquamarine, which all 4 of the pendants today have. So it is a time for you to open your throat chakra and your third eye chakra to become more intuitive and more expressive. It's also a time for you to deepen your love center. The fluorite in the middle here, from some angles it looks bluish, from others it looks green. And that means it's attuned to both the energies of the throat chakra and the heart. When we open the heart, we invite unconditional love, beautiful self-acceptance. We enter into relationships not from the selfish, greedy context of wondering what the other can give to us, but from the overflowing, abundant context of knowing that we love ourselves, therefore we have a wellspring of infinite love to shower on others, and whoever we draw into our lives will equally love themselves. So it's not like you're looking to them to complete you, or they're looking to you to complete them. It's more like you're complete, they're complete, let's enjoy this together. Very powerful crystal energy. The base bead here is blue apatite, which very similarly to Cavansite, equally connects to the throat and the third eye. So beautiful talisman. It's a time of intense psychic awakening. And in order to see what messages Spirit has to offer you during this time of psychic awakening, I'm asking the beautiful Starseed Oracle for one message. So what is the message today for those who chose pendant number 2? You are not alone. The message is going beyond the feeling of isolation into a true physical connection and linking up with a community of like-minded souls, like-minded beings. We see ourselves represented by the beautiful woman in the bottom of the card here. Her eyes are closed, she's looking kind of downward, but her hand is raised, and this electric energy is reaching her raised hand by a mirrored image of herself in another dimensional frequency doing the same thing. It's very trippy. It's very trippy, isn't it? But what it's telling us, the message is multifold. So of course we have the key words here. You're not alone. Go beyond isolation. Reach out to other people, make physical connections. Find your community. Don't be afraid to initiate conversations. Don't be afraid to connect with people. But it's also saying in moments of meditative contemplation, when you are physically by your lonesome, when you're sitting with your eyes closed, connecting to existence, connecting to self, connecting to source, even in those moments, you are a part of a beautiful multiverse, a beautiful universe, a beautiful omniverse. You are just connected. And every time you send a beacon of receptivity out there into the ether, it is always answered by someone who has immense love for you. This could be a beloved relative who has passed away, who still exists as an energy form here to remind you that love never dies, even when we say goodbye, even when we see somebody cross over. I personally have felt this from my grandfather, from my beloved childhood cats, seeing them in dreams, hearing messages from them, just feeling their energy. All of us will have these moments throughout our lives when we really need something. Even if we don't know what that something is, we need some sort of a connection. We'll have moments when in our isolation, we feel the presence of love. Those are the moments that this card is telling us about. So sometimes it could be a loved one who has crossed over, could be a spirit guide, could be an extraterrestrial from our star family reminding us that, hey, Earth can kind of suck sometimes. Your life might feel difficult. You could be caught up in the rat race, wondering how you're going to pay your mortgage, wondering about whether or not to have kids. You could be dreading going to school or to work or whatever it might be. But hey, remember, you have a stellar home where things are more love, light, peace, and joy. It could also be your own higher self reaching down to you to let you know that your physical body is not all there is to define your existence. You are beautiful regardless of what you look like. You are spirit. You are made of stars. Look at the dress she's wearing. It's no mere aesthetic decision on behalf of the artist to paint her as the universe. The message is you are infinite. You have depth. You have the entire cosmos supporting you, and therefore you are never alone. Every cell of your being is vibrating with the same energy as the entirety of the solar system. You are connected to an infinite collective of love, and you have access to that in every single moment. So the next time you feel lonely or alone or misunderstood, remember this card. Take a moment, pause, close your eyes, raise a hand or two, and feel the vibrant electricity that reaches down to you from above to remind you that you are part of a soul community, that you are not alone, and that you're here in this life for a purpose, and you will achieve it by nature of the fact that you are alive, you have that intention, and you are hearing this message. You didn't click this video or pick this pendant by mistake. Remember, you are not alone. So thank you for watching today. I'm going to set your pendant aside, but of course, if you'd like to pick up this little talisman, you can find it in my Etsy shop linked below. And if you'd like to hear a continuation of your message today, I always do an extended reading over on Patreon. You're welcome to join. It's as little as $3 a month to get access to those extension readings. But if this is where we're leaving it, thank you so much for watching. Much love for now. And hello to you, those who chose pendant number 3. I don't mean to pick favorites, but of course, as all crystal lovers do, I did. And your talisman has my favorite of the Cavansite crystal clusters. Just look at the amazing crystal formations in this blue beauty. It has a depth of color ranging from sort of an oceanic cerulean blue all the way to a deep indigo, and it just looks stunning. The gems I've paired it with are aquamarine, of course, like all of them, plus a bright green peridot for the heart, connecting to nature, connecting to the spirit of Gaia, connecting to love, and amethyst for the crown chakra, which is our highest center for spiritual awakening, divine love, divine connections, divine wisdom, and realizing our oneness with Source. So it's a really powerful little piece, and it shows that you are ready to awaken all 4 of the highest chakras. So the heart, which kind of connects our lower physical chakras with the higher chakras, as well as the throat, third eye, and crown. Very beautiful. I also just noticed synchronistically it happens to be the same color scheme as the deck of cards I'm reading from today, the Starseed Oracle. So I'm going to shuffle and ask the deck for one message, please, for the beautiful souls who chose pendant number 3. The Cosmic Heart. How beautiful that I was just talking about the heart chakra being our connecting point between the physical reality and the higher realms. And this card is really confirming that you chose your talisman wisely, and now is a time of heart opening. This is all about devotion, potency, and making your life a moving prayer. And so what is a moving prayer as opposed to what? A stagnant prayer, a still prayer, a thwarted prayer? When we sit down to pray for a limited time, say you devote 10 minutes of your day to chanting a mantra for something you wish to manifest, or for thanking the universe for the abundance of blessings, or maybe asking Lakshmi Devi for more wealth, or thanking Shiva for introducing you to the path of enlightenment, or whatever it might be. When it's a limited amount of time dedicated to that prayer practice, you will be benefited, no doubt. You will definitely still make that connection. But when you hold the intention to live every moment in connection, every moment connected to the source of all that is, you become a living prayer. Your very life becomes blessed. And you become a blessing in the lives of everyone who comes in contact with your energy. This is the ultimate goal of a starseed. This is what it is to be a light worker. Not to come down into the muck and guck of planet Earth, get disgusted by it, and dip out at the end of life and just move back to whatever star system we came from, as much as that might be tempting at times. We came down here into the muck and guck of planet Earth to clean it the fuck up. Pardon my language there. But yeah, we didn't just come down here to judge the disorder, to judge the difficulties and the struggles, and to feel a yearning and a homesickness for the higher realms. We came down here to remember the grace of the higher realms, to feel the gratitude for the higher possibilities, to know where we've come from, and to remember where we will return again one day, and to live every moment as if we have never lost the connection with the beauty of those higher states. That is being a living prayer, a moving prayer. Have you ever seen somebody connecting to whatever form of divinity they feel the strongest affinity for? Whether this is a Hindu connecting to Lord Ganesha or Devi or some deity in a temple. There are too many to name. There's over 1 million. Whether it is a Christian connecting to Lord Jesus, whether it's a Sufi twirling and connecting to the cosmos. Have you ever seen somebody in a moment of prayer and they start to cry tears of joy in that connection? Those tears are like the Amrita, the divine nectar of the cosmos. When we pray with the intensity of knowing that our prayers are being heard, of knowing that there is a divinity on the other end, the receiving end of that prayer, showering us with grace and with blessings, receptive to what we have to share, and generative to inspire us to receive and to share with others. We complete that circuit, we complete that cycle, we tap in to the stream of divine blessings, and we radiate it all around us. The cosmic heart opening is activating the portal within yourself to receive that immense divine grace and to share it with everyone around you. This is a very profound message coming through for you, and if you chose this pendant, it really means you are here on an elevated journey, on a starseed journey. It is a lifetime in which you are here to shower blessings into the world. The only thing you have to do is make the decision to live in a place of prayerful divine communication. It's not hard. It's a decision. You have the choice to do it. You can do it. I feel like because you're hearing this message, you are doing it. If ever you catch yourself in a low mood, cursing your life, wondering why you're stuck here, resenting the day-to-day grind, don't feel bad. Don't judge yourself for falling into that lower frequency. It is natural on this planet to do as the Romans do, to lower that frequency. But when you become aware of the fact that that's happened, close your eyes for a moment, recenter, put your hand over your heart or put your arms around yourself in a divine embrace, and remember, I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I'm a starseed. I'm here on a sacred mission. I'm here to awaken to the cosmic heart. I'm here to have devotion for my higher possibility. I'm here to have potency. I'm here to change this world, to inject the seed of love and light into it. And I am a living prayer. Make those affirmations and you will feel your entire world transform to support your higher decisions. It's a very beautiful portal-like energy that can really shift the energy in your life. Thank you so much for watching. If you choose to pick up this talisman in real life, if you want to claim it as yours, I'll put the link to my Etsy shop in the video description below. And if you wish to hear a continuation of this reading, I always offer a reading extension over on my Patreon page, which I'll also link below. But if this is where we are ending our time together today, just thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy making your life into a moving prayer. Much love to you, and we'll see you in the next video. And hello to you, those who chose pendant number 4. This pendant has one of the biggest, boldest, most beautiful spheres of lapis lazuli from my personal collection. I love these beads. They're big, as you can see, kind of compared to my hand. It's a big bead, and it's a lot like a globe. It has that deep, deep blue, like an ocean. The lines moving around it kind of look like cloud formations that we sometimes see in satellite images. It's a reminder to connect from the third eye space to the powers of nature. Maybe you feel a calling to do shamanic work. Maybe you want to go travel and see more of this planet. Maybe you love the oceans and you feel a calling to be an activist for the environment. If any of those things ring true, whoops, I'm sorry, I hit the tripod. If any of those describe you, then for sure this is your talisman. And of course also, it has that beautiful chunk of Cavansite glued to a lovely aquamarine. I'm trying to get the camera to focus here. I'm sorry, I had to wait until almost sunset to film this video because there was some construction in my neighborhood, making it too loud for the voice until now. That's why it's a little bit darker, but I think you can still see the bright, beautiful blue of that gem. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to ask the Starseed Oracle for one card. What is today's message for those who chose pendant number 4? And it is the message, I remember, tuning into your soul plan and stepping into the fated life versus the destiny life. So what is the difference between the fated life and the destiny life? I contemplated on that very, very recently when I drew this exact same card in one of my own personal readings. And I was thinking, is fate not the same as destiny? We often think of the two as being interchangeable, and probably semantically in a lot of ways they are. But I could feel that the message from the universe coming through when I personally drew this card is that the fated life is the life we step into when we pay attention to synchronicities and signs from the universe, when we follow our heart and our higher calling without worrying about what other people might think, whether it's going to be easy or hard, whether it's going to be normal or weird. When we step into our soul's journey surrendered to the highest good, that becomes fate. We meet the right people at the right time in the right way for the right reason. We make the right connections. We say the right things. We find the right talismans. When we surrender to that fated life, which is our soul plan, the destiny life. Now, like I said, semantically, a lot of times somebody will say destiny and they will mean this exact same thing. But what I'm feeling here is that this is the difference between a life of surrendered divinity versus a life of karmic obligation. So, following the synchronicities instead of being pushed and pulled by greed, by fear, by other people's willpower overpowering your divine truth. Not letting yourself become subjected to somebody else's idea of who you should be and what you should do, but trusting your heart to know your own soul plan. So when this card comes up, it's about letting go of anybody else's interpretation of who you should be, where you should be going, what you should be doing, what you should have in your life by now, what you should have to show for yourself, who you should spend your time with. Let go of any condition and listen to your own inner voice. Listen to your soul plan. It's beautiful that the woman in this card, who represents you, is gazing downward into a beautiful pool of water, very similar in color to the lovely cerulean in your talisman here. Dive into the depths of your personal truth. The throat chakra, it's also the chakra of your personal truth. When it's flowing, you're able to express yourself uncensored. When it's blocked, you might feel choked up or stressed out when it comes to speaking what you really have to say. So now is a time for you to tune into your truth. Don't censor yourself. Say what you mean. Say what you feel. Say what you know. Remember your soul plan. You're here for a reason, and you have every right to claim it. Thank you so much for watching. If you wish to claim your talisman and wear it, keep it, put it on display, have it in your home, be its guardian for this lifetime, you can find it linked in my Etsy shop below. And if you wish to hear an extension to this reading, I always offer a little bit more by picking one more card for my patrons over on Patreon. I'll put a link to that in the video description below as well. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Much love to you. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to remember. Much love. Bye.